Where is the bottom in New Braunfels? Apparently we haven't hit it yet because home prices in New Braunfels are sinking again to a new post-pandemic low. In today's video, we're going to talk about why this continues to happen and if there's a turnaround in sight and why sellers may be in big trouble in New Braunfels and why buyers are rejoicing right now, plus some real life examples in today's video. If you guys are new here to my channel, thank you so much for hopping aboard, because every week we're trying to put out relevant, timely, important information about what it's like to live in New Braunfels. And you know, if you live in New Braunfels, you just moved here or visited, there's a lot to smile about in New Braunfels, but home prices, not one of them. Since December's median home price of $355, the median home price in New Braunfels has fallen dramatically to a post-pandemic low of $316. That's down 7.6% from this time last year and down 20% since our peak of $398 at the end of 2022. The last time our median home price was this low was August 2021. Remember what I said in last month's New Braunfels housing market report? We've turned the clock back over 2 years on our median home price. Well, now we've turned back the clock 2.5 years on our median home price in New Braunfels, which means that equity is shrinking in New Braunfels and sellers are, I guess you could say, kind of shrieking while buyers are happy and they're rejoicing right now. We'll get to that in just a minute. Let's just dive in right now. Let's go. Let's make sense of all of this. So at the end of the video, we have a better understanding of why this keeps happening. We're talking about two different zip codes in New Braunfels, 78130, 78132. 78130 is more closer to the heart of New Braunfels. 78132 is more hill country. And we're talking about two different products in New Braunfels, existing homes and our large growing stock of new construction homes. First, 78130 zip code within city limits. You know what the median home price is. Combined existing homes right now and new construction homes. Homes have sit, both those products have sit on the market 16 more days than last year at this time, and the inventory is up to 4.6 months. Now, when we separate new construction homes from existing homes, this is when we start to see the New Braunfels housing market starting to crack. The inventory with existing homes is a paltry 4.2 months, and existing homes are taking 41 more days to go under contract compared to last year at this time. Now, when we isolate new construction homes over 5 months of inventory, which means not only do you have more homes to choose from, but the longer that house sits on the market, the more likely it is that that house is going to lose value quickly and sell for less than what the sellers originally asked for. Let's head to our other zip code, 78132. Much of its hill country area with existing and new construction homes combined right now. Let's do that. The median price is down 15% from this time last year. New construction and existing homes in 78132 zip code are sitting on the market 32 more days than last year, over 5 months of inventory. The more inventory that's on the ground in New Braunfels, the more likely those prices are going to continue to sag. It's simply supply and demand. If you've got 10 homes, let's say, you've got 3 buyers. Well, the buyers they can bid on any one of those homes. They can take their time in most cases, and they can negotiate. Whereas in 2020 and 2021 and part of 2022, they couldn't do that. But now they could submit lower offers, and that's been the profile of the buyer in New Braunfels, of the market in New Braunfels, the last year and a half. Isolating existing homes sold in 78132 zip code, the median price is actually up sharply from last year, almost 24%. Isolating new construction homes now in 78132 zip code, the median price is down 30% and almost 6 months of inventory. So you're starting to see a theme here. New construction is like, They're kind of like the troublemaker in the room right now, but really it all depends on how you look at this. Builders continue to build despite the soft market, and the closer that these homes get to being finished, the more incentives and the more discounts the builders are pouring onto buyers, which brings down the median home price in New Braunfels and brings down values as well. But look, I am not completely making new construction builders out to be the bad guy here, because buyers are benefiting from new builds right now. But the continued building and the stacking of homes when those new construction homes sit on the market, again, brings down the median home price in New Braunfels, and it eventually creates lower comparable sales, which is a big problem for some sellers in New Braunfels, especially if they purchased in the last 2 or 3 years. Here are some real life examples. One of our client families purchased and moved into this house in New Braunfels in the beginning of 2022, and they want to sell it right now. And they would make, if they sold it right now, a few $1,000s profit, but they need money to move in that transition period. But the equity has shrunk in New Braunfels, so they just don't have that equity in the house right now. So they may be staying in New Braunfels another year. Another client family purchased this house in Verde also in 2022, and they purchased this house above asking price because where the market was at the time, and they needed a house at that time. Well, they decided to purchase another house in last year in 2023, so they rented out the first house. Now they want to sell the first house, but in doing these comparable solds for them, the comparables do not support a sale right now, so they'll continue to rent the first house. Another family must sell their house this summer because they're moving to Houston. They purchased their house 2 years ago for $100,000 above what the original owner paid for it. So now the goal is to get this family to the closing table without coming out of pocket. And that's going to be tight because, like I said, equity has shrunk and continues to shrink in New Braunfels. We are where we're at today in the New Braunfels housing market because of inflation, because of higher interest rates. No mystery there. And we're going to be in the softer market for a while because inflation has not come down far enough to convince the Federal Reserve to make its first rate cut in a long time. There's a happy ending to all of this. If you're a buyer wanting to purchase new construction, you're okay with that, New Braunfels. Builders right now, they just parted the sea for the last year and a half with heavy incentives and discounts to sell these homes, and they have to sell them because they have carrying costs. So as you can see right here, they'll do anything to sell, just about anything to sell homes, especially the further along these homes go without buyers and they're completed homes just sitting there. That's when buyers are realizing the deepest discounts. I think we have not hit rock bottom with home prices in New Braunfels because the Federal Reserve, you have to convince the Federal Reserve. And right now they're saying inflation is still elevated, not enough to convince them to make that first rate cut, which means we're going to be in this market for a while. And again, it's going to create more supply, less demand, and that's always a breeding ground for decreased prices. I want to hear from you right now. If you're a seller, are you stuck right now? Really can't go anywhere, can't sell because you just don't have that equity, or you might be in a really good mortgage rate right now that would jump to a higher one, or are you in a good position to sell? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you're a buyer, are you just loving life right now because you're rejoicing in this negotiation market that we're in, and with new construction builds in New Braunfels offering all these incentives and discounts? Also, let me know in the comment section below. And if you'd like to do either one of those, buy or sell in New Braunfels, I'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can email me, you can call me, or you can shoot me a text. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.